Hello.
Hello.
Can I not get it over this ramp?
Do we have like a staircase?
What are you talking about?
Oh, we have ladders. We have ladders. Okay.
Yeah, we got the ladder. So that was my first topic. Does anyone have another topic?
I gave my topic. Nick, it's your turn.
Um,
How tilted I am at rivals?
I guess
I'm
this
about to put
isn't
hole in that
a
wall.
really a topic, but when I was trying to fall asleep the other night, I had a really bizarre idea for like a short film.
Go on. Something I'll never do because I'm too lazy.
So, what's that movie? Fuck, what's that director? The guy who made Inception?
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. Didn't he have another movie where like time was happening like backwards or some shit?
Uh,
Tenet.
I know what you're talking. Yeah, Tenet.
Tenet.
Okay, now imagine that, but forwards.
Like an idea for a short where it was just that, but it was someone like going to the emergency room after like they got drunk and got into a car accident, like hit a tree,
So
and just
that
like
up
seeing all
backwards.
that happen. Yeah, seeing all of that happen backwards from like them recovering from home with like painkillers is how it starts.
Um,
And they're just like spitting out painkillers.
that sounds interesting. I think it'd be, like, no offense, awful on film. Like, awful as a
Probably.
short film. Like, it sounds interesting, don't get me wrong. I just feel like it'd be bad
I
to
think
watch.
it would be better as like a short story, not a short film.
I don't
Because
disagree.
in the short story, you could describe what the character is feeling. Because one of the interesting things to think about for me was like pain in like this backwards time. Because typically when you get hurt, right, you feel it instantly, and then the pain slowly goes away.
I hear you.
But in like the backwards
You,
world
like, feel
where
pain
time is
and then you,
reversed,
like,
you
instantly recovered.
slowly feel the pain. Yeah, like you slowly feel the pain getting worse and worse until there's like a spike of pain, and then instantly it goes away. And if the person was drinking, it would be the same with alcohol, where like they're slowly getting like more and more drunk,
That
and then like
that is rather
they,
interesting. That would be a good short story because you could, like, describe, like you said, describe their feelings a lot better.
yeah, like you could describe what the person is actually feeling, which is kind of hard to do with like film,
Yeah.
other than having like a narrator, but that's like kind of lame.
Um, I don't know. So since you're talking about short films, I have like 3 on, like, my docket that I would love to do one day. Hopefully this year.
Bro, don't say it's on your doc.
It's on my docket.
Doc,
I just don't know how to write
okay,
scripts, so I didn't
doc.
even, like, try to put effort into it. But, like, I know how I want it to go. I have an idea of how I want it to flow. I just don't know what I want the character to say, and I don't know about the locations. That's the issue. Like, I think I can understand, like, how I want to do the cinematography, and, like, I could, like, trial and error it a little bit. Um, but, like, the actual, like, actors and that part is the difficult part. But, I'm not bringing it up because I want to talk about them. I'm just saying, like, the 3 short films that I really, like, have a passion in and I really want to do are,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, always, like, such a sad ending, and it's so weird to me.
Nick, back to your idea.
Yeah, we could
Uh,
merge the two somehow.
No.
The
Well,
you're
the whole
saying
let me give you like the origin, I guess.
okay.
You know, You know that scene in Metal Gear Solid 5? Spoilers, by the way.
Oh, you guys are gonna
where,
talk.
like,
I'm gonna pee.
where like he punches the mirror, right?
At the end, yeah.
So I was just thinking about that scene, uh, like in reverse.
Okay.
So
So
like,
he punches in reverse,
well,
and
like
the mirror goes back.
like you see the mirror. There's shards of glass like
Yeah.
slowly flying up to the mirror,
Okay.
and then he puts his fist on the glass, which is already covered in glass and blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then he puts his fist on the mirror, and then he pulls it back, and his fist is completely fine.
Okay.
But like that's like the start of the,
Idea.
I guess, short story or short film. Is like
Okay.
basically he gets mad because he receives a text from his wife showing that she was cheating or some shit. So he breaks the mirror, he gets drunk and gets in his car and gets into an accident.
Okay.
But it starts like weeks later when he's in recovery from the hospital.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So the plot that we're looking for is why he is like in recovery.
Yeah, because like you don't find out till the very end because it's going backwards.
Yeah. Okay. My only note is like what makes him compelling, I guess. Like what are we following in the current tense that makes us care to follow the backwardsness of it all, you know?
Oh, like him specifically?
Yeah, like what matter why do we want to know what happened for us to care about him, you know? Because like
I don't know, man. Like to me, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like it's
because
just
like because like I'm getting it like as a cool concept, but like as a story or movie, then why are
no,
we
not.
What was the
It would
question
be something
again, Will?
short. It would be, like I said, a very short film or a very short movie.
What was the question, Will?
well
It's more about the concept than the character. Like the character is just there. You know?
okay. So Dama, I asked like what's the point of being there as a viewer? Because like to me, like if it's just like a showcasing the concept as itself, like, oh, check out this movie in backwards. It's that's fine, but like that's all it sounds like right now. Which I mean, it's just a dream Nick had. So I mean, like, I'm not trying to like berate his dream. I'm just saying that
Yeah, it was
that
just like something I thought about.
So
that
you want
right now.
like a reason, like you like say you're following it and you see this guy in pain, and then you slowly see him in reverse go from bedridden to hospital to the event that caused the accident. You want to know why he was in a terrible situation. You want it
Well,
to
no,
make it relatable.
that's what we find out. But the thing is that like if we're using Tenet as an example, Tenet is a very poorly received movie. People don't really like Tenet.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
I like Tenet, but the thing is that it's because it's really hard to fucking follow.
Yeah.
Because the movie is played forward at first and then played backwards towards the end, and you kind
That's
of
ridiculous.
and you kind of realize what was happening in real time and what wasn't. Well, like with Nick's thing, it's kind of like
Yeah, that's how it starts.
where it's like to me with Nick's thing is that all we're doing is watching a movie in reverse, where like the compellingness of it is the fact that it's in reverse, but like what could have been told differently to make that itself, the story itself, worth watching? Because like if I was a movie critic, I'd go in there and say, now why couldn't that just have been a flashback, or why couldn't the story have started with the car accident or the text message from his girlfriend or whatever? You know?
I hear what you're saying.
I guess.
I feel like
Yeah.
as someone who has like here's a humble brag. As someone who has taken classes in movie critique or whatever the fuck it would be, um I feel like it is good alone on the concept. Like there are a few movies that are made just for the concept. Like Tenet would be a poor
Well,
example. Like it
like
is
I was
made for
saying
the
to Don,
concept, not the
though,
story.
I think it would be much better as a short story
Yes, I
than
agree with
a
that.
short film.
But the compelling reason to watch or read this, like the story it as it evolves, is not for the reason or like the emotional attachment to the character, but for the idea of how it would feel to go from uh, unbearable pain to immediate relief without acknowledgement. Because as Nick was
Yeah.
saying, like usually it goes from, oh, I'm in extreme pain and it slowly decreases into something tolerable. It's sort of the reverse. That's why it would be a great short story, because you could actually express his emotions, as Nick said.
Yeah. Because he's experiences physical and emotional pain. So
Hmm.
he's experiencing them both. Uh, like since it's reverse, he's experiencing them both very minimal at the start, and then it gets more intense towards the end.
Um, but to speak more on, since we're talking about short films, I'm probably going to cut out the part I was talking about before, because I'm a freak and I'm afraid someone's gonna take my idea, someone who's better than me. Um, this one I'm not concerned about. A really fun idea I had was like a horror short film where like the main character is just in their room, right? His or her room. Um, or apartment or whatever. And like as you follow them, you never see their face. You never see their eyes directly. Because like the horror abnormality in their life is the camera. So you see this person go through not paranormal, um fucking wow. Paranormal.
Paranormal.
No. No. Paranoia. Like present
Oh.
tense, like dread of paranoia, and like as you go through it you notice it's just the camera. They're paranoid of the camera and it's a reality they're living. I thought that would be cool. That's my interesting fact of the day.
It's not a fact.
That's my interesting thought of the day.
The fact is that you thought it was interesting.
It is interesting. It'd be really easy to do too, it's just I would need someone to do it,
Yeah.
because you could definitely build on it. Like someone's like, oh, I feel like someone's watching me, and like, no, you're just scared, you're just worried. And like every time they like check over their shoulder, the camera like switches to a very subtle position, like, oh, they're looking
And there's
behind them.
also Truman
So
Show.
um actually, sure, I never watched it unfortunately, but yeah, it'd be essentially that. I guess that
Is
would
this
be a great
Dragon Queen?
example.
Let's go watch the
You could hit
Truman Show.
you could hit tab. There's a lot of movies I want to watch,
Yeah.
just haven't had the time to, or the ability to, because I'm stupid.
Well, can you clean this dragon with your super washer?
You have it too.
Yeah, but I don't want to equip it.
Nerd.
I'm busy cleaning other stuff.
I'm busy being better.
Do you know how to see like
Yeah.
the dirt? Okay.
Oh, tab. Oh, well, Will's
I
different.
think it's mostly on its ass.
Me too.
Well, like behind it, like over here. I see.
Oh my god, it's been so long since we did the. Nick, I'm posting the videos every Thursday on my account, right?
Yeah.
So by the time we finish this, and if I keep assuming we just do like 2 hours of this, it should be easy to put into video, um, and upload. I wish I remembered like some of the topics we talked about last time, because after reviewing it, I really wish I said things differently, and it's upsetting that I can't remember it.
What do you mean?
Cause like when we like have a conversation, I don't think my opinion changed. I just can't think of the proper words to say when we talk about it. Uh, thanks, not knowing the English language. So there was something when we were talking about like growing up and like how we
Oh
perceive
yeah.
adults and stuff. I remember listening back to that and being like, "Oh, I still agree with what I said. I just wish I said it better." And I think that was one of the things I cut because I said it so poorly. Um, but there's a few of those times where it's just I wish I said it better. But it doesn't matter. It's not here nor there. I just thought I'd say it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to help you with that.
There's not. I'm just like saying like I don't know if you feel the same. Do you feel the same?
Sometimes I do, but I tend to think a lot before I speak. So,
That is honestly a great trait to have.
because if I don't know how to articulate what I want to say, I will just not say it until I know for certain how and what I want to say.
Well, I wouldn't say like I
Unless it's
are
something like casual, then
yeah.
I don't really give a shit. But
I wouldn't say I articulated it unwell. I just said like I think um like I could say it more clear, like for a for a unbiased audience. Like we were having a discussion, and you guys know how I talk pretty well, I would assume. So like when I say
yeah,
something, you probably be like, "Oh, he probably means this," and it just clicks in your head without thinking. While someone on the outside probably wouldn't well. So I was
guess
saying,
yeah, but
go on.
I mean, you're a human being. You have a personality.
Oh yeah, well,
So
regardless.
like the way in you say stuff, like you shouldn't change just to adhere to like a broader audience.
Um, I disagree with that because we are speaking to a broader audience.
I
Speaking to
mean,
no
yeah,
one.
but they're here seemingly for you as an individual.
No, they're here for you, Nix. You're so cute and nice and amazing.
I wouldn't say I'm nice. I am pretty amazing though.
Humble. Like the conversation we're having about how I think it's wild that, like, how weird it is to grow up, right? Um, so I think it was after we had that video. I was talking to someone at work about how they are in their 40s and they're still doing stuff that we would probably do today. Like they're at a party and someone smoked too much weed or drank too much and they're throwing up on the over the balcony just fucked up beyond belief, right? Like it is
Hmm.
crazy to think like, oh, people still do that even in their older age when that seems such like such a childish thing to do. You know?
Yeah, I think the well, uh, sorry,
Fine.
it's like yeah, like once you're an adult, like you kind of just do the same shit unless you get more responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have a kid, you don't have a wife, then you can kind of just do whatever the fuck you want as long as you can,
It's not
like, maintain a
necessarily
job.
it's not necessarily that because you can still have responsibilities and still do things that would be considered childish if
That's true, yeah.
like I would find it childish to smoke the marijuana cigarettes and hide it from somebody as an adult, especially today now that it's legalized. Um like if I was a child, I would not want my parents to know. So as a parent, like doing it so that your kids don't know is like a respectable, responsible thing, but it also feels childish in the same vein. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
Because that depends on context, man.
Yes.
Because
Because like, if you don't want your kids to do it, right?
Yeah,
So then you hide it so that they don't know that you do it. Because if
For
they know that
example,
you do it, then I mean, my parents, they take like weed gummies, and it like they don't fucking hide it. Like I walk into the kitchen and I see a bag of fucking weed gummies, and I'm like, okay,
all right, so let's say poor example, but you understand what I tried to say.
yeah.
Can you articulate it for me then?
well, it just depends on context. It's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, so like could you give an example that wouldn't include context? That wouldn't need context, I should say.
Um. So what was your coworker's story?
Like the person was at a party and someone who was in their 40s, granted they were out of the military, so like they were
In their parties,
um
bro.
they had like a little like they sort of were deprived of that kind of stuff. They like drank too much and they were just throwing up on the side of the balcony.
See, that is that's just kind of lame.
Yeah.
So it's like to me that doesn't have context. It's just kind of like, bro,
Like you should just know how much you could drink or not. Like you should know your own self.
yeah.
Yep.
Like when Nick threw up, it's like that was funny because I was also drunk.
That was funny
Yeah, and
because he was like still young.
But then Nick was embarrassed every other time that we drank.
yeah, because
And-
I've only done that once, and it wasn't like in public. And it was because I didn't eat. Because like we drank the same amount, I just didn't eat before.
yeah.
I will say every time we took the double shots of 151, I did feel like I was about to puke, and
I'm Miss 151.
and I would always run to the bathroom just in case. And for some reason, that time I didn't. But yeah, I would run to the bathroom, I would take a piss, and then I would just sit in there for like a few minutes just in case I threw up.
Yeah. Oh, I feel
And then
that.
when my stomach would feel better, I would just leave the bathroom.
Yep. But yeah,
I had,
see that contextually with the guy in the story is just kind of like, all right, bro, come on.
Like you should know better. You're like 40 something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess. But like it comes back to like when you think of like an adult, like especially when you're younger, when you think of an adult figure, when you think of your parent, when you think of like a teacher when you're in like high school, middle school, you think they would never do such a thing. That was my statement. It is so wild to me at that time when I said it that I have a friend who's a teacher and I see them talk about going out and getting wasted. And I think it's funny.
Yeah.
It's so weird to be growing up.
See, the
But I
thing
didn't
is that
articulate
to
it well.
me is like there are things that like are like fine. Like I don't have like a problem with it. Like in any way, it's just like that's just what you do. That's just what you like to do. Like when Nick tells the story of partying with our math teacher, it's like, yeah, I mean, you.
Oh
you,
yeah. Yeah, I remember this now.
What?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, he's an adult, like he can party. Like I don't. It's like it's not weird.
I don't think it's weird. It's just like, um, that this is what I'm struggling with. It's just like, oh, we're like, they're supposed to be this standard that, that I'm growing into. It's sort of like, oh, I'm growing up as well. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
weird to
but
think.
what
Like, I don't think it's
defines
weird.
standard is
I don't.
is where you kind of get confused. It's like everyone has a different standard.
I
Like
guess.
my dad doesn't drink or smoke, but it's like he has like a Catholic abusive background.
Abusive is crazy.
So it's like I don't agree with that. Like it's fine for adults to smoke and drink and do whatever they want as
I don't
long as
think
it's healthy and stable.
to be clear, I don't think it's weird if someone does that. Like, I'm not trying to like criticize anyone for saying it. It's just as a perception as a teenager when I was growing up, it was weird to see that because like my father like drank when he was like when I was a kid. Like he would go to the bar. Like I didn't think of it as an issue. It's just the extent that I like see it today that a teacher could go to a bar, get blacked out drunk, and then like cheat on their significant other. Like, wow, I thought you were an adult. I thought that was something like only people our age would do, like 16, 17-year-olds.
Okay, but that's different because then those things
16 and 17-year-olds usually
can't.
aren't married.
Significant other, like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, but it's like those
Yeah.
things are. I wouldn't say that's childish. I would just say that's
Fucked up.
that's messed up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
problematic behavior.
yeah. I'm not saying it's not. To be clear, I'm just saying that it's something I would never see our social, who was it, Earth science teacher. I'm not gonna drop names because streaming. Do that's something I would never see them do, but it's something they could totally do. It's something as
Yeah.
a child I wouldn't consider, and it's weird to know that as an adult, it's something they do.
Yeah.
It's not
'Cause, like,
that
teachers are human beings too.
100%. It's that there was a different perception of them. Is my
Yeah.
statement.
When you were younger, you assumed that anyone with authority above you was essentially a perfect adult, which no one is.
More or less, I could say I could agree with that. That's something I couldn't articulate well the first time, and it seems like I can't articulate well now. But it seems like you guys are sort of understanding it. Swoosh! That sound too so good. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure one of my reading teachers was a prostitute or some shit,
What?
Yeah.
or a stripper.
No, let's go back into that. What?
I'm pretty sure.
Which
one
one?
of
Well, I can't name names, but it's the one teacher I always bring up.